Hey guys, it's Mitch from Swap Time. I finished up this LT1 harness, and even though I went over it yesterday, I did some changes to it, and I really dialed in the fuel system to make it very simple to just plug and play it. So we'll do a walk around. Alright, gotta move the mic the opposite direction. It's probably really loud. Oh well. So you can see the LT1 harness has a pretty simple and clean layout. But what I need to do is make the fuel system as easy as possible for you guys to hook up. So this is a fuel pressure control module brain. This will plug in right to the harness. This is the fuel pump output. That will go to your fuel pump sub harness. So we'll plug it in. It's hard to do one-handed. There. Plugged in, made to whatever length you need. This goes into a GM fuel pump connector for LT1, LT4, or probably any Gen 4 fuel pump as well. And you have your fuel sender hooked up as well, so you can see your fuel level. Next, big piece of the puzzle here, this is your low pressure fuel sensor. As you can see, this is super easy to install. Get the sun here. You just install it in line, so you could either use your Dorman nylon fuel line and tap it in, install it that way, or if you have a aftermarket EFI hose, you might be able to run it directly in the hose and clamp it down. And this harness can be made to whatever length you need. This plugs into the 4-pin connector here, and it's ready to go. This is the fan PWM output. That's how you're going to control your cooling fan there. And next thing is the interior harness. Since this computer is mounting on the passenger side, I made this a little longer than usual so he has room to run it. Has your pedal, OB2, and your ignition turn on and brake. This is super easy to connect. I want to do it one-handed. You lock it down. So now you have the battery hooked up, grounds to the 3 grounds on the harness, power to the main power wire for the fuse box, which is here, and 1 power to the ignition. That's it. So I'm going to attempt to hook this up. Did this earlier, and I didn't have a good connection on this ignition wire. Be a bit more careful this time. Alright, throttle body came to life. The fuel pump module, it's working. I've tested it. So it comes on for about 2 seconds. Oh. Here's the OB2 port. LED lights on. We'll connect my snap-on scanner. And hopefully it all reads. It's all reading. There's not a whole lot to look at right now because there's no sensors hooked up besides the fuel pressure control module, throttle body, and the pedal. I've already tested the pedal. I go through this menu, make sure all the sensor voltages are correct. These are at 0%, and as you give it throttle, these will increase together. If they're wired wrong, one may only increase, or if both of them increase at different numbers, they don't match at all, it's wired incorrectly. Because you have 3 different pedals you can use. Use a truck, a Camaro, and a Corvette, and they all have a little bit different pedal design, but they all require a different pinout. So if you use a Corvette, Camaro, or truck pedal, I'll need to know so I can pin it out right in the pedal connector. But if it is wired incorrectly, it's very easy to fix. So this is the final design. Super happy with it. I got my brackets cut out. Got my initial run of, I believe, 10. They're made out of 16 gauge metal, which would seem thin to hold this weight, but the computer itself, once you bolt it up, strengthens the entire panel. And then you got some wedges here. There's a net cert, so he's bolted straight down to the panel. This tab is if you're going to mount it to a firewall, or if it's a truck, the interior connection can actually snap onto that. So it works out pretty nice. Then I will be getting the 8-speed TCM mounts made as well next. But as you can see, super easy and simple layout, and this should take all the confusion out of doing Gen 5 swaps. It'll be just as easy as Gen 4 or Gen 3. Thanks for watching, and let me know what you think.